never, never listen. I used to get like 30 or 40 hits on YouTube. Now I get like one if I'm lucky. I don't know. I guess they got sick of me, or YouTube just gave up on me.
Funny.
Actually, they want money to advertise. So
Yeah, they want you to upgrade.
yeah, so they're punishing me. Well, okay, I guess we should start. This is a poetry reading after all. I wrote a poem yesterday. Let's see. Where is it? It's not the beginning. That's the beginning. Oh, classes. I need them today. I'm blind.
I don't know how you can write on a tablet and not be afraid that you'd lose it.
Oh, I write on my computer.
And you never worry that you'll lose it because, like, if the computer crashes or something like that.
Oh, I print them I print them every once in a while. Also, I take pictures of them. That's how I read them. I read them off
Okay.
camera. So real high tech.
I write with a fountain pen in a notebook.
Wow.
Yeah, but what if your ink is disappearing ink?
You don't use a quill?
That's my next thought. I might go to quill next. I have ballpoint pens too, but just something about writing with a fountain pen that makes me feel literary.
Oh, you really do use a fountain pen, with
Yeah,
the ink and all that. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I have a friend who uses a carpenter pencil.
Oh,
We know who that is. Okay, well, let's get down to business here. This is my crappy poem of the week. In California spring, it rains like crazy for a few minutes, then it's blue skies again. Uncommonly, there is thunder and lightning. Rain bursts out of dark clouds like daffodils burst out of dark earth. Oh, this is one of my famous numbered poems. That's number one. Number two, my best ideas burst upon me, inspirations from some knowing darkness. I've trained my mind to wait for them. They come from far above me, from clouds of understanding. Number three, it's like riding a ski lift. At top, I need to jump off. Otherwise, my thinking brings me back down. Drops fall from the sky and water the fertile earth. I stole that line from Glenda. You'll see why. Number four, today I saw some finches had built their nest under the eave of the church. It's dry and protected there. Will they hear the sermons from inside? Oh, it hits me like a storm. Do I really hear those sermons?
I like the line about the daffodils that burst out of the earth like the lightning and thunder. That
Yeah,
was a great line.
yeah, that one worked. We did have kind of a sort of an odd rainstorm recently.
We certainly
Brenda
did.
knows this. It was really violent for like
Yeah.
a few
Oh
minutes
my
at a
God.
time. I mean, it does that in the spring, but it was like more than usual.
Yeah.
Of course, I know in the Midwest you have those like that. thunder and lightning, wind and rain. Okay, now what do I do? Oh, I read some.
Read out of your book.
I read from my book. This is one of my books.
I have that one.
What's that?
Huh?
What
I
was
have
that?
that one. I have that book.
Oh, you got this. You have most of them, don't you?
Not the recent ones.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
owe me some.
we'll have to get together.
Yeah. We threatened to do that.
Of course, you know you can't buy them. Let's see, what's this one called? Returning. It's no wonder I return to this beach. The vast sky and waters swallow my trivial cares that so consume my life. Walking wind and face, my body comes alive, becomes part of the larger world, the world outside my mind. Feet sinking into soft sand, difficult to walk fast as I do through my life. Ha ha. Walking nearer the waves, it is easier. I don't sink so deeply into the wet sand. I think briefly about sneaker waves that have carried people out under the churning sea. To be honest, diving under those maternal sheets is magnetic. To return to that bright beginning, to become part of the vastness, a heavenly peace with no worries. I'm tired and walk towards the soft sand. I fall to earth. I see my footprints leading here, full of old crab shells. I breathe and sigh, looking up at the sky. I could stay here forever. Closing my eyes, I see Jesus and the devil. They are walking hand in hand. They slip into the water. Are they inviting me to enter? Opening my eyes, I see they become seals. They roll about in the waves, playing. Then, as seals do, they poke their heads out of the water and look straight at me. I immediately understand. I retrace my steps, still visible, to the parking lot. For at least a little longer, I need to keep my head above water, remembering my real body swims in the eternal sea.
It almost sounds like an edible poem.
Yeah. You know, she's gone now, but I had a really old cousin from Minnesota that used to listen to my poems. I think on Facebook. When she heard this, she got scared that I was gonna like commit suicide and jump into the water. Tell me a poem. Okay, one more. Buzzards. Sometimes I see them circling high in the sky, and I think, oh, beautiful, maybe they are hawks. Then on closer looking, I see they are buzzards. My mind becomes narrow and cold. Sometimes I'll see them sitting majestic on power poles when I drive out to the beach. But their featherless heads disgust me. Of course, they are connected to death, these birds hunched in their black robes. But so too the hawk, though pretty in gold and white, yet they are the killers. The buzzards only eat what is dead, much like us who eat far from the killing ground. We find glory in battle, yet the movie in our mind ends before the rotting on the battlefield begins. Once in a vision quest, buzzards came to me and began pecking on my chest. Immediately I knew they were eating out the dead flesh, and I was happy. We are all lying on the battlefield. I didn't realize I forgot this one. We are all lying on that battlefield rotting, while behind our closed eyes, trumpets are playing. When I feel the buzzards on my chest, my eyes open, and miraculously I'm resting in a field of wildflowers. The sparrows are singing. The carnage has been transformed. Heaven is on earth, at least until I close my eyes again.
No.
I guess I was. Oh well. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, white flowers. The pears that began in spring as white flowers, which they are right now, are falling now, too many to eat. The bees and flies are feasting while I sit here trying to write a poem. Practical people would say, God would love you more if you had bottled the pears. I could eat them all winter long. You can't eat your words. Maybe they are right. Years ago, my house was caught in a firestorm. When I returned, I found my book still existed. The page is so fragile to touch and totally white. The heat had burned away the words. Idle daydreamer, third son, ash boy sitting by the fire, watching the words disappear, seeing what's left, the white flowers in the spring. It's true. Remember the big firestorm, Brenda?
I know. I was just thinking about that when you were reading it.
Yeah, I got stuck in that. And when I went back, I looked at my books. They were like that. They were still kind of together with all the ink had been burned off.
Yeah, it was from a distance for me because, of course, I was coming from this side of it. But I do remember.
The other thing that happened, it was so hot that my aluminum ladders had just turned to dust, gray dust.
Wow.
Oh, imagine what would happen if I had been there.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see. Oh, what? Oh, Glenda sent me a poem. Let's see. This is Glenda's poem for the week. Yeah, spring has arrived. Clouds of white like overstuffed feather pillows, whispers of leaves that sigh in the wind. I like that line. A solitary raindrop remembers my face. That's a really nice line. As it falls to perfectly remind me of time. I think of the summers when once I was young and took all for granted that tomorrow would come. Now an old woman whose memories visit, I wonder if a future still waits to be found. But today is too perfect with rain in my eyes to do more than smile at what is here now. To watch tiny chickadees build a new nest with no plan for the winter is probably forgot. And the daffodils wake and the rose is unfurled to offer their face to the new morning come. I greet each new leaf with rain in my eyes. I find myself dancing as butterflies watch, applauding my clumsy effort at ballet. From one single drop of rain comes the news that spring has arrived, and I have come too.
Yeah. Wilting.
Yeah. So I stole the daffodils and the drop of rain to my poem.
A communal effort.
What do they say? That imitation is the best form of flattery or something or
Yeah,
other?
the most sincere form of flattery.
Tell that to AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
But we don't read any AI poems here. Well, okay, let's read some of Melanie's since you mentioned her. This is Melanie Green. Columbia River Gorge. The green and the dark of the trees and mist, comfort of the seen and unseen, each fir calligraphy for a ragged yearning. Hawk on the wind, blue rain and the river is time. Hill blue distant blue hill, a quiet sum. S-U-M. Caesar salad, salmon chowder, cheesecake. Ooh, that sounds good. Heat, heat, sweet cedar, sweet sauna sweating, the naked be slow. What purse of fire do you carry? Tomorrow I'll be so tired, none of this will matter to me. Sword ferns rill, wren in the brush pile. Red single engine plane low in the valley of the shadow of now. The river is time. I remember it matters. How is Melanie? She still got that chronic fatigue?
You always mention that.
Oh, I always do.
Yeah, funny that you.
Well, it's all through her poems.
Well, yeah.
Great blue heron. Flying the silence of the slow blue wing, landing, blue-gray folds, heaven into earth, stick-legged, to shadowed calm, the dark and broken trees, stiffness, the hunter, shoulders carry, time sloped, the hunted fish, feels shapes, the sculpted shadow, safe here, speared lightning becomes into silence, and maybe why we are afraid of it. Glory days. It starts with a little quote from somebody named Colby, age 6. We're turning everything back into what it is. Lying in the hammock, being is the unfolding, my God, I am. Ice cream trucks, tin song. Am I unfolding, the God being. The raspberries are ripe. Unfolding, the God is being I. Barn swallows diving. Is the I am being, my God, unfolding. Peeling paint in the weathered shed unshingles itself. God the being unfolding is. Cherry boughs lay bare the wind. I, my am. Time, the only thing my father asks for now.
Yeah. I like that one.
Yeah. All right. Another one of hers. The watching. Our fire, our hot dogs, our ketchup, marshmallows, chocolate bars, tablecloth, wind, the plastic knives. I was 38. My mother was 68. Watching the sun lose itself in its turn to the sea, the salt sinking. When is it time to go in? Scooping sand, putting out the fire. My mother, uneven stones, lost her footing, her hand out to catch, hand to stop, hand to coals. When did you know? Must have been what it was, to have a daughter and watch her fall. Childless, I will have no children. The watching now, my mother, the body I entered the world from, her cleaning the wound, body singing hymns, taking spiders outside body. What must leave, watching, should the years coming, the taken, the granted.
Huh.
And here's a little one that sounds a little like that famous one by, what's his face? About the red wheelbarrow.
Huh.
Rendered, one yellow canoe loosed from ice, love plunging to itself, this ending. Okay, one more by her. Bats. Resting on the couch by the large picture window, my attention is devoted to sky. Dusk, blue slips away like water into sand. Black silhouettes now, the walnut tree near, linden trees and houses across the street. Street lamp arcs a thin glow below the unclaimed dark. Then bats, diving, triangular wings flutter, shift and veer in the traction of hunger, the corridor for purpose. How atoms braid together or fall apart to spaciousness. Hunger, prayer, form is but a motion. Motion feeds us. Stillness retrieves the sky. Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. For oh gosh, it's already 6:28. Well, I've been reading out of this book with all the nice pictures in it, so I thought I'd read some more. Huh. This book has a stamp in it from 1959. Interesting. Okay. Here's a poem by somebody named Ann Porter. There's the picture she was looking at.
Huh.
The 1st of May. That's almost the 1st of May. Now the smallest creatures, who do you know who do not know they have names? In fields of pure sunshine open themselves and sing all over the marshes and in the wet meadows. Wherever there is water, the companies of peepers, who cannot count their members, gather with sweet shouting, and the flowers of the woods, who cannot see each other, appear in perfect likeness of one another, among the weak new shadows on the mossy places. Now the smallest creatures, who know themselves by heart, with all their tender might and roundness of delight, spending their colors, their myriads, and their voices, praise the moist ground and every winking leaf, and the new sun that smells of the new streams. And here's an interesting one. I read this today. This is by some Frenchman named Jules Superville. Docility. The forest says, I'm always the one who's sacrificed. They harass me, they tramp all over me, they smash me with their axes. They try to pick a quarrel with me, they torment me for no reason. They fling birds at my head and ants at my legs, and they carve names of me for which I have no affection. They know only too well that I can't defend myself, like a horse that's provoked or a discontented cow, even though I always do what they tell me to do. They ordered me take root, and I gave as much as root as I could. Make shade, and I made as much of it as was reasonable. Stop making it in winter. I dropped my leaves down to the last one. Month by month and day by day, I know perfectly well what I have to do. But it's been a long time since they last needed to order me about. Then why have these lumberjacks approaching in the lockstep? Let somebody tell me what's expected of me and I'll do it. Let someone answer me with a cloud or some sign in the sky. I'm not a rebel. I'm not looking to argue with anyone. But just the same, it seems to me it would be nice if they answered me when the rising wind makes a questioner of me.
I like that. I like the way it makes it gives a personality to an object that doesn't have a personality.
Yeah. It's kind of like what Mary Oliver does with her
Hmm.
trees. Let's see. This is one by another Frenchman, Paul Verlaine. The sky rises above the rooftop. The sky rises above the rooftop, so blue, so calm. A palm tree rises above the rooftop, rocking its fronds. The bell on that sky up there is softly ringing. A bird in that branch up there is tenderly singing. My God, life is there, simple and good. That peaceful hum out there comes from your neighborhood. What have you done, you over there, always in tears? Tell me, what have you done over there with your young years? Ooh, put a little twist at the end there. Here's one called Wisteria by Philip Levine. I've heard of him. American. Wisteria. The first purple wisteria I recall from boyhood hung on a wire outside the windows of the breakfast room next door to the home of Steve Pissaris. I loved his tall, skinny daughter, or so I thought, and I would wait beside the back door, prostrate, begging to be taken in. Perhaps it was only the flowers of spring with their sickening perfumes that had infected me. When Steve and Sophie and the three children packed up and made the move west, I went on spring after spring, leaden with desire, half asleep, praying to die. Now I know those prayers were answered. That boy died. The brick houses deepened and darkened with rain, age, use, and finally closed their eyes and dreamed the sleep of California. I learned this only today. Wakened early in an empty house not lately battered by storms. I looked for nothing on the surface of the rain barrel. The paled, shredded blossoms floated.
Depressing.
Let's see, that was a little darker. Well, we're running out of time, but I can read one more. This is called Wildflowers by, John Clare. He's the one that Mary Oliver likes. Wildflowers. Beautiful mortals of the glowing earth and children of the season crowd together in showers and sunny weather. Ye beautiful spring hours, sunshine and all together, I love wildflowers. The raindrops lodge on the swallow's wing, then fall on the meadow flowers. Cowslips and anemones all come with spring, beaded with first showers. The skylarks and the cowslips sing. I love wildflowers. Bluebells and the cuckoos in the wood, and the pasture's cuckoo too. Red, yellow, white, and blue, growing where herd cows meet the showers and lick the morning dew. I love the wildflowers. The lakes and rivers, summer hours, all have their bloom as well. But few of these are children's flowers. They grow where dangers dwell, in sun and shade and showers. I love wildflowers. They are such lovely things, and make the very seasons where they come, the nightingale smothered where she sings, above their scented bloom. Oh, what delight the cuckoo music brings. I love wildflowers.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a good one to end on. I love wildflowers too.
Right.
Hmm?
Well, thank you, everyone.
What's that?
I said thank you, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Our
Thank you,
time is
Brenda.
up. Okay, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye, John.
Bye.